So how cute. Look at this. Diana, come here. Look at this little crab.
Oh wow, look at that.
Isn't that adorable?
That is so cute.
I love that.
Wow.
Oh, this is such a nice gift shop, isn't it?
It's wonderful.
Yeah, so let me see. See if anybody can guess what our subject is today. Little turtles.
How about that?
Guess where we are. Guess where we are. Well, welcome to the SPI Chamber Today show. I am Alita Bagley, president of the South Padre Island Chamber of Commerce, and this is
Diana Harville, and I am marketing director at the chamber.
And we are so glad to be here today. For the next couple of weeks, as including last week, we are meeting some of our board members who sit on our illustrious Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, and we're very proud of them. So we wanted to feature them as well as their businesses. So we are here today at Sea Turtle. Pretty fun.
It is.
Yeah. So just want to remind you, we have an event coming up. Let's see, next week?
Well,
Oh.
first, this week, on Thursday morning at 9 a.m. at Brew Pub, Padre Island Brewing, we have Coffee and Conversation. We have the Superintendent of Schools, Terry Capistron, will join us. Please join us if you can. We are going to do some brainstorming, so to speak. Let's see how we can connect our businesses with students and educators to help fill in some of our workforce issues that we're having down here as we are
Right.
around the country.
Right, yeah, so that's going to be really
that'll be a
important.
really good one.
And it'll be very beneficial for our businesses that are somewhat short-staffed because they can share with the school what types of employees they're looking for and what kind of training they're looking for. And so then the school can work on training their students to fill some of those positions here.
Right.
And so that's great. So please join us Thursday, 9 a.m.
Yes.
at Padre Island Brewing.
Yes.
And then,
oh,
go
sorry.
ahead.
Next week, we have a full week. So on Tuesday, we have the Fall Island Showcase. And we have, I don't know, close to 70,
I think so.
believe, chamber members that will be at the convention center beginning at 5:30, and it'll be from 5:30 to 7. Come out, visit. It's free admission.
Right, and it's a lot of fun.
And it is a lot of fun.
And we as a community, it's so important that we support our local businesses, most of which are small businesses, many of them small family businesses. As you know, you've met many of them through our SPI Chamber Today show. So please come out, it'll be fun, hour and a half, meet your businesses and get to know what they do, so we don't end up going, 50 miles to go get something or have a service that we could get right here on the island. So we will see you Thursday morning this week, and then we'll see you Tuesday evening next week. Yes. So Diana, let's get started. I'm going to see if I can find Wendy here. Let me see. There she is. Hi. Wendy, come on in here. We'll start in here and have a little visit, and then
Good morning.
How are you?
Wonderful.
And
well-
I will see y'all next week.
Welcome to Sea Turtle Inc.
Well, thank you. We're so excited to be here. We were looking at the cute little turtles and
Oh, good.
seeing if anybody could guess where we were. So,
It's kind of a tip-off.
yes, it is a little bit of a tip-off, but it's such a lovely gift shop.
Thank you. We appreciate the gift shop. This is a key indicator for how we can fund some of the work that we do here at Sea Turtle Inc. So everything we sell and all the profits from the gift shop go directly back into our mission to rehabilitate, educate, and conserve sea turtles. So we
Well, make
appreciate all
sure,
shopping.
come and shop. We got the holidays coming up, and there's plenty in here for everybody on your list. You can be a really good Santa this year.
And the good news is everything you can buy live in our gift shop, you can buy online in our gift shop.
There you go. Well, that's great. I'll tell you, today's technology is amazing, isn't it? So Wendy is, let's see, you've been on the board of directors for what, a year
A
now?
little over a year so far.
And how's that been going?
We love it. The Chamber of Commerce is an important part of the business growth here on the island, so I'm honored to be part.
Well, she is a very active and engaged board member, and I want you to know I really do appreciate you. Sometimes it's not so bad having board members that just let you do what you want, but Wendy is very helpful, and she is one of my go-tos when I need something because she's got good answers. She's a very smart woman.
I appreciate that.
So you want to maybe show us around a little bit, and then we can talk about how on earth you ended up here?
I'd love to. So
All
you
right.
are in our education center. So
Okay.
let's move out and I'll show you what
All
it
right,
looks like.
sounds good.
So we opened this facility almost 4 years ago. And this is our museum and education center. So this is kind of
Okay.
where we came from.
Right.
And it tells the story of the organization of Sea Turtle
Isla.
Inc. And of course Isla, our
Yes.
founder. And this is really where we host 250,000 people a year through this facility.
Wow, is that right?
So education is an important part of our
Yes,
mission.
yes.
And this is really where we want to send you away with a good idea of how you can help and what you can do.
That's
And then of
wonderful.
course right here in the midst of it all, you see Nick, who mans our adoption agency. So Nick, say hello. So Nick is responsible for helping people really understand how they can contribute to the work we do. And a ceremonial adoption is a great way to do that. It makes for a
Aw.
wonderful gift and helps us keep the turtles fed and
Wow.
medicated and all of the treatment and upkeep that is required.
Well, so the chamber needs to adopt a turtle, don't we?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's
Do you
a
get
smart
to pick
idea.
the name of the turtle?
You could.
Oh, all right.
For,
Well, we'll-
for the right amount, we might
there
let
you go. There you go. Well, that's great. It's very nice to meet you, Nick. You've got a great job, fun job, huh?
We're
Well-
glad to have it. And here is who we affectionately call Large Marge. Nicknamed her. So Large Marge is actually a cast of an actual turtle that's stranded here on South Padre Island. So all 7 species of sea turtles are endangered, are on the endangered species list and federally protected. 5 of the 7 of them we actually get here on South Padre Island. So South Padre Island is one of the few places in the world where you can encounter, you can be out on the beach in the middle of the summer enjoying our beautiful weather and an afternoon beverage, and a female sea turtle could walk right up next to you and start nesting and laying eggs. And
How
you can't
exciting.
get that anywhere else.
No, you certainly can't. Nope, my 90-year-old mother came for her birthday one year, and we walked down to the beach, and right as we got down there, here she came, out of the water, laid her eggs, and it was a very busy day that day, because I remember I called, and they said, we'll get there as soon as we can. It was windy. I guess they like
wind.
They
Yes.
like to hatch or nest when
Yes.
it's windy. Well, that's really
Yes, it's-
exciting. Is this a leatherback?
This is Large Marge. She was a leatherback, yes.
Okay, and she's all decorated for Halloween,
She
I
did.
see.
Nick does a great job at making sure she's decorated by the occasion. So
There
she
you
has
go.
her hat and her wig on now, which we appreciate. But she does a great job at really providing a good example of
the
how majestic and large these
size.
animals can
Yes, they're just enormous. Isn't that incredible?
get. Right?
That really is. Well, y'all do such an amazing job here. I mean, so I understand that the Kemp's Ridleys they were on the endangered list. Are they still? Are they getting
Yes.
closer to not being on that endangered list?
No, so all 7 species of sea turtles are on the endangered, and they're different classifications, whether they be near extinction or at risk. The Kemp's Ridley is in the most significant and critical stage of near extinction.
okay.
So the
Wow.
work that we do here on South Padre Island as one of the only nesting beaches for the Kemp's Ridley is really critical.
Yes.
We actually just closed the largest nesting season that South Padre Island has ever had.
How many did you have?
Over 100 nests, 103 at the
Wow.
end, with more than almost 10,000 eggs
Oh,
protected
my
by this
goodness.
very small organization.
Yes,
So
yes.
it was quite a burdensome season, but we are grateful for it, and every nest and every female that is protected and
Right.
released back out is critical.
Right. So do you want to show us anything else?
Sure.
When you were talking about the work, I remember the year that you started here, you sort of had a baptism by ice and turtles, didn't
Right,
you?
the largest cold stun season in recorded history happened right here.
my goodness.
And this organization of about 18 paid employees
Oh.
protected more than 5,000 sea turtles in 8
Wow.
days.
I remember
So you're
seeing
walking
that.
here into our residence center. So these are turtles, there's 6 of them, that live with us because they couldn't live independently on their own. So they are deemed non-releasable by the regulators, and they live here as an education component to help people understand the role that they play and what these animals look like. And you're getting to witness some of our very hardworking rehab staff that are feeding and taking care of the animals this morning.
All right.
So this is our residence center. So each turtle has a unique medical condition that causes it to need to be here. Most of the time what that means is they either cannot dive all the way to the bottom to get food, they cannot come all the way to the top to get water, to get air. Out of the water, or they can't propel themselves naturally through the water. So they either have buoyancy issues, or like Cowgirl here, she is missing. You can see she's eating, so it's like we planned that. So she is eating.
Having her breakfast.
Cowgirl is actually our very newest resident. She has only been here a few months. Cowgirl uniquely stranded with us 4 different times.
Is that right?
So she's missing one flipper, as you can see. But normally a sea turtle can live out in the wild with just one flipper. They adapt, just like a human might adapt. But for some reason, Cowgirl's balance and her navigation system is about a little bit off. And she kept restranding with us anyway.
Oh.
So after her 4th restranding, we realized that she just wants to be here with us
right.
at Sea Turtle Inc.
That's right.
We're good people with
She
good
wants
volunteers.
the life of leisure.
So she's got a good life, as you can see, eating her favorite lettuce this morning. And she lives here with us permanently as an education resident for us now.
Her 4th stay. Yep, she said she took y'all long enough.
She's quite
I planned
unique.
on staying the first time, but
She is quite unique. And here we have Jerry. And for those that are old history buffs of Sea Turtle Inc., Jerry lived at Isla's house with her for years.
Is that right?
Jerry's famous. He was on The Tonight Show and,
Okay, I remember
and all of
seeing-
those
yes.
episodes. And Jerry is quite the ham, as you saw. He just came up to the window. He likes to do that. And is quite a large Atlantic green. So he gets lots of attention here with us. And Hang Ten is actually our only resident who we know her birthday. So she was born here out of a nest we protected. So she just became a teenager. She's 13 years old.
oh gosh, that's when it
And
all starts.
Here
you know.
you have a great view of Merry Christmas.
Look at you.
And I'll let you guess as to when she stranded here.
Hi, did you get stranded here over the holidays?
On Christmas.
And Santa found you?
Yeah, so Mary is obviously, you can see we have breakfast about this time. So
Yes,
everybody's
yes.
up and awake and excited to be here this morning.
Right.
And just a beautiful view of what these majestic animals look like and how important the work we're doing is.
So when you feed them, do they like come up? Do they like to be touched and petted, or
Not necessarily.
No?
They'd prefer not. For the most
Okay.
part, sea turtles are
Sweetie.
pretty solitary animals.
Okay.
So even if they were out in the ocean, they wouldn't hang out together.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're pretty solitary.
Right.
You can see that we have fish and crabs and have tried to mimic as much of their natural ocean habitat, that it's a comfort thing. But given the opportunity, they would be alone.
Right. Yeah, I can understand that sometimes. Can't you, Diana? We like to be alone sometimes too. Well, this is just, you got some sheep heads in here.
Yep. So this
And,
is Poppy. Poppy actually is right over here in the corner, and you'll notice Poppy is quite an unusual swimmer. Poppy has what we call bubble butt. She was struck by a boat, unfortunately.
Oh.
And as you can see on her back half,
Yeah.
air gets trapped under the carapace and it can't come out, and it impacts their buoyancy.
Right. Okay.
So she will live with us forever. As you can
Uh-huh.
see, she's got marine weights on her back half to kind of help,
Keep
because
her
without
down.
those, she would not be able to get up above the water to draw air and
Right.
breath. So
And
as
how
she
long
grows,
do they live?
well, she's a loggerhead. She could be here 100 years.
Wow.
So as she grows heavier and bigger, we'll have to put larger and heavier weights to
on
counterbalance her.
Okay.
So she will live here with us forever, and as you can see, she's happy and playful
Yes.
and
She's getting along just fine.
enjoying
isn't
life
she?
with us
Oh,
here.
Sweet. That's
she's
so
also
cool.
missing a back. You can see that same injury took one of her back flippers. So and the fish are appreciating that y'all are there.
Yes. Well, we just about run out of time. Now, is this the one that has the artificial flipper?
It is. This is Allison. She
Okay.
hasn't started her day quite yet.
Oh, okay.
So
She's still
Allison
out.
is one of the first sea turtles in the world to have a prosthetic. She was attacked by a predator, we think probably a shark, that took 3 of her 4 flippers.
Oh.
So Sea Turtle Inc. over the last 20 years has developed, she's wearing the 7th generation of her prosthetics.
Isn't that
But with
amazing
that
that they've done
prosthetic,
that?
she can do everything a regular sea turtle can do.
Right.
She just looks a little different doing so.
That's incredible. Absolutely incredible what you all have done here. And
Thank you.
honestly, you know, for someone who's in the tourism industry, you really have put South Potter Island on the map.
Well, we
I mean,
appreciate
there's
that.
no doubt about that, but in a good way.
Yes.
Not because you're running around in bikinis and wearing beads and that type of thing. You're actually doing a wonderful job here and educating people, and who knows, the hundreds of thousands of people that have been educated and learned so much about
Yeah.
the work that you do and the importance of endangered species and doing all we can to try to bring them back into the population. So
a big part of what we want to message here is it doesn't matter if you're from a beachfront community, there are things you can do in your we want to teach personal accountability. So when you leave here, we want you to know that, you know, if you'll just pick up 5 pieces of trash every day
Right.
when you leave your home and
That's
put it
right.
where it belongs.
Yes.
We have 250,000 people a year come through this facility. If all of those people pick
Oh,
up 5
yes.
pieces of trash a day for 365 days, it doesn't matter if you live on Galveston Beach or in Des Moines, Iowa.
Right.
The impact that can have on ocean conservation and marine life is significant.
That's
so
right.
we want to
That's right.
teach you to have individual accountability for how you can contribute.
good job. That's wonderful. Well, Wendy, thank you so much. I know there's so much more to see, so you all will just have to come and see it all, because we only saw just a little tidbit of what they've got going on here. So thank you for meeting with us and taking the time out of your very busy day. I know all of you and your staff are so busy, but just know that we appreciate everything that you do, and the world is becoming a better place because of your spot in there and what you all are doing. So
Aw,
thank you, Wendy.
so much.
We
We
appreciate
appreciate
it.
you.
We'll see y'all next week.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.